Listen up, you have an important message ahead. We're about to crack open the truth about eggs. And believe me, it's not always sunny side up, especially if you're past your prime. You think you know eggs? You've been scrambling them for years? Well, get ready for a culinary masterclass that will leave you wondering if you've been poisoning yourself this whole time. Raw eggs, you say? You think you're some kind of a health guru tossing back raw eggs like a teenager? Well, I've got news for you, mate. Raw eggs are a breeding ground for bacteria, especially Salmonella. And let me tell you, Salmonella ain't no joke, especially for you lot over 60. We're talking about food poisoning that'll have you glued to the toilet, wishing you never looked at an egg again. And it's not just the bacteria you need to worry about. Raw egg whites contain a little devil called avidin, which gobbles up biotin like a starving dog. Biotin, you ask? It's only essential for healthy skin, hair and nails, things you lot are already struggling to hold on to. So, unless you want to end up looking like a plucked chicken, ditch the raw eggs and listen up. Take it from Margaret, a sprightly 72-year-old who thought she was doing her body a favor with a daily raw egg smoothie. She ended up in the hospital, pumped full of antibiotics, and feeling like she'd gone 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. It was the worst experience of my life, Margaret told me. I thought I was going to die. Don't be like Margaret. Cook your eggs properly. You've dodged the raw egg bullet, but don't think you're out of the woods yet. Storing cooked eggs is a minefield, and one wrong step could land you in hot water. Literally, you see, those innocent-looking eggs are a haven for bacteria, just waiting for the right conditions to multiply like rabbits. Leave them out on the counter for too long, and you're basically inviting those little buggers to a feast. And don't even get me started on those who think it's okay to store eggs next to raw meat. Are you trying to recreate a petri dish in your fridge? Cross-contamination is a recipe for disaster, and you'll be begging for a doctor faster than you can say food poisoning. Remember John? He thought he was being clever by keeping hard-boiled eggs in a warm car for a week. They're hard-boiled, what could go wrong? He scoffed. Well, let me tell you, John ended up with a stomach bug so bad he couldn't leave the house for a week. The moral of the story is simple. Treat your cooked eggs with respect. Cool them down quickly and store them properly in the fridge, away from any potential contaminants. Your gut will thank you for it. Chapter 3. Overcooked and overit nutrient loss and oxidized cholesterol. Now let's talk about cooking those eggs. You'd think it's as simple as boiling water, but some of you lot couldn't fry an egg to save your lives. Overcooking is a cardinal sin in the kitchen, and it's especially egregious when it comes to eggs. You see, those delicate little yolks are packed with nutrients, but cook them for too long, and you'll end up with rubbery, flavorless lumps devoid of any nutritional value. It's like throwing money down the drain, and I know you pensioners are all about saving those pennies. And here's the kicker: overcooking eggs doesn't just destroy nutrients. It can actually create harmful compounds like oxidized cholesterol. This nasty stuff can clog up your arteries faster than a fatberg in a London sewer. Just ask Robert, a stubborn old goat who insisted on having his eggs cooked hard as a rock. His cholesterol levels were through the roof and he was on the fast track to a heart attack, but then he saw the error of his ways and started cooking his eggs over low heat. His cholesterol plummeted, and he's now fitter than a butcher's dog. So ditch the high heat and embrace the gentle touch. Your heart will thank you for it. Chapter 4. Resurrection Scramble. Mastering the Art of Reheating. Let's be honest, you lot love leftovers more than life itself, and why not? It's a relic from the war days when you learned to stretch a meal further than a politician's promise. But when it comes to reheating eggs, you need to be careful. Reheating eggs can be a risky business, especially if you're not careful. Too much heat, and you'll end up with rubbery, inedible lumps. But fear not, my culinary comrades, there are ways to resurrect those leftover eggs and turn them into a breakfast fit for a king, or at least a retired accountant from Dorking. The key is to reheat them gently, either in the microwave or on the stovetop over low heat. And don't even think about reheating eggs more than once. That's just asking for trouble. Evelyn, a lovely lady from Leeds, learned this lesson the hard way. She reheated her scrambled eggs 3 times in the microwave, thinking she was being economical. They looked fine, she protested, but trust me, they tasted like something you'd scrape off the bottom of a shoe. Poor Evelyn ended up with a stomachache that would make a grown man cry. So remember, when it comes to reheating eggs, be gentle, be careful, and for heaven's sake, don't push your luck. Chapter 5. Oil slick. Choosing the right fat for the job. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? The oil you use to cook your eggs can make or break the dish, and it can also make or break your health. I've seen some right horrors in my kitchens over the years. People using margarine, vegetable oil, even lard. It's enough to make you choke on your toast. These processed oils are full of unhealthy fats that can send your cholesterol levels soaring and increase your risk of heart disease. Instead, opt for healthy fats like olive oil, avocado oil, or even butter. Yes, you heard me right, butter, real butter. Not that processed muck they try to pass off as the real deal. Butter is a natural fat that's actually good for you in moderation. Take Frank, for example. He used to slather his frying pan in margarine, thinking he was being healthy. But then he discovered the joys of cooking with olive oil, and he hasn't looked back since. His cholesterol levels have dropped, and he's got more energy than a spring chicken. So ditch the processed oils and embrace the healthy fats. Your heart and your taste buds will thank you for it. Outro, don't be a Yolken idiot. There you have it, you lot. 5 common egg errors that could be sending you straight to an early grave. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. With a few simple tweaks, you can continue to enjoy your eggs without worrying about ending up in the hospital. Remember, eggs are a fantastic source of protein and nutrients, but only if you treat them with respect. So cook them properly, store them safely, and for God's sake, use some common sense. Now, I'm off to enjoy a perfectly cooked omelette, and if any of you Muppets try to tell me you prefer your eggs overcooked, I'll personally come over and teach you a thing or two about cooking.